Breaking through the headlines, Russia's claim of Luhansk could be a game-changer in the ongoing conflict. In a significant development, the Russian-appointed governor of Ukraine's Luhansk region announced on Tuesday that the Russian forces have now achieved full control of Luhansk, marking the first instance where one of the 4 eastern Ukrainian regions Russia has claimed is under its complete command. Leonid Pasachek, the governor of the Luhansk People's Republic, boasted to Russia's TV Channel 1 that the entire territory of Luhansk has been fully liberated. But here's where it gets controversial. Not everyone is on the same page with this declaration. Some Russian military journalists reported that 2 villages still remain under Ukrainian control, suggesting that Luhansk had been declared conquered once before in 2022, only to see its status temporarily reversed by a Ukrainian counteroffensive in September that year. However, despite such disputes, Russian troops have progressively gained control over more of the region in the past 33 months, showing to many that the conflict is far from over. In another striking turn, on the same day of Pasachek's announcement, the United States declared it would withhold some promised weapons from Ukraine, citing a shift to prioritizing America's own military interests. This decision has sparked discussions about how global resources are being allocated and whether such choices impact the prolonged conflict dynamics in Ukraine. As Russian forces extended their reach over the weekend of June 7 to 8, approaching the Dnipropetrovsk border for the first time, it underscores the enduring and unyielding nature of the Russian offensive that continues to push forward, albeit at a slow pace. Some experts argue that these advances do not constitute groundbreaking progress, as Russian gains have not fundamentally altered the overall strategy or changed the conflict's front lines. But they highlight that Ukraine too faces significant challenges in countering these persistent pressures. The buffer zone strategy, calculated defense, or expansionist ambition. Russia's strategic maneuver includes plans to establish a buffer zone extending deep into Ukrainian territory, intended to shield Russian areas from potential counterattacks. Igor Koroshenko, editor of National Defense magazine, emphasized that such a zone could extend 40 to 75 miles into Ukraine, serving as a security buffer against hostilities. But this idea has stirred debate. Is Russia's claim of these buffer zones merely a tactic to consolidate their hold over occupied regions and possibly even expand further into Ukrainian territory? Ukraine's countermoves striking back on multiple fronts. In response, Ukraine has been proactive in its defense, launching tactical assaults deep inside Russian territory. A series of drone strikes struck the Kirovsky airfield, destroying several attack helicopters, while another strike targeted a Russian airbase. Taking out fighter jets, they were dropping bombs along Ukraine's front lines. Amidst a backdrop of increased Russian unmanned aerial assaults, President Zelensky underscored the needs for Ukraine to keep pace in developing its own defensive capabilities. The focus is on enhancing air defense systems to intercept missiles and drones effectively, while prioritizing the deployment of long-range strike drones capable of hitting deep inside enemy lines. As we digest these unfolding events, what do you think about these strategic moves? Are Russia's buffer zones a legitimate defense strategy or a veiled attempt at territorial expansion? As the conflict continues, let's keep this conversation going. Your thoughts and insights are valuable in understanding the evolving dynamic of the region. And what are your thoughts on Ukraine's strategy and its tactical responses to the ongoing pressure? Share your opinions in the comments.